Now, here in the U.S., President Biden is expected to announce his nominee to fill the upcoming Supreme Court vacancy.
CNN was the first to report his choice is Judge Krtanji Brown Jackson, as she will also speak after the president's remarks. If confirmed, she will be the first black woman to serve on that court. Right now, she's a federal judge on D.C.'s Circuit Court of Appeals. And when CNN broke the news of the president's intention, she was actually in the middle of oral arguments for several cases. Let's talk more about this historic nomination while we wait for the president. We have CNN Chief National Affairs Correspondent Jeff Zeleny, CNN legal analyst and Supreme Court biographer Joan Biskupic, CNN Senior Political Correspondent Abby Phillip, and CNN Senior Legal Analyst Laura Coates, also CNN Chief Political Analyst Gloria Borger. Welcome to you all. Jeff, let me start with you with the decision. Why Judge Brown Jackson? And this is a very important introduction, both the experience and the personal narrative to the American people.
Victor, both of those are so important, and President Biden is going to appear in the cross hall of the White House, a spot that is reserved for historic and important moments like this one today. And this is coming 2 years to the day after Joe Biden, as a presidential candidate, said he wanted and indeed planned to make his first Supreme Court pick an African-American woman. He said he wanted to make history. He wanted to show the importance of that on the high court. So for the last year, we are told, the president in his off hours has been spending considerable time reading the writings and the opinions of several candidates. But from the beginning, Judge Jackson was one of the leading contenders, largely because of her breadth of experience. She's 51 years old, but she's been on the federal bench for nearly a decade, appointed in 2013 by former President Barack Obama, and she's risen through the ranks, being confirmed by the Senate 3 times, including just last year, and she garnered 3 Republican votes as well as all Democratic votes. But I'm also told it was the personal interview, the one-on-one conversation that she had with President Biden earlier this month, where things just happened to a click. So this has been a decision in waiting, but it was not offered until last evening, I'm told. The president made a phone call to Judge Jackson. He extended the offer, she accepted the offer, but shrouded in so much secrecy, as you said. She went to her day job this morning and appeared on the Court of Appeals bench hearing just a routine case, but she will be in the White House with her family this afternoon. And then the confirmation process begins. Democrats would like to see her confirmed by the April recess. That's mid-April, Victor.
Before we get to that confirmation process, Joan, just tell us what we need to know about Judge Jackson. I mean, she's obviously very interesting. I've really enjoyed reading about her background, including that she was a public defender.
That's right, Allison, and that's rare experience for this court. You'd have to go back all the way to 1967 when Thurgood Marshall was appointed. The civil rights pioneer, worked a lot in criminal defense and all sorts of public defender type work. And she would be the only first person since then. She's also got the rare trial experience. So she's been in the trenches both for civil and criminal trials. Justice Sotomayor had some trial experience back in the 90s, but Judge Jackson would be our next appointee coming on with that sort of experience. So she's actually seen how Supreme Court rulings play out on the ground. So you have that. And then, as everybody's been saying about this moment, it's been 233 years of the Supreme Court history, and the first time with an African-American woman. So, you've got this really special perspective that she's bringing to the court, and I think that can make a difference, Allison, even though right now the court is very much entrenched in the 6-3 conservative liberal lock on this court. But I think that because of her unusual background, what she represents in terms of diversity, and also just how all the justices change a bit when a new justice comes on, I think we will probably start to see the influence of her once she's confirmed and on the bench. And one other thing I would like to say about the president's choice here, he had to think about who he wanted for the court at this time, but also who he wanted for the court for the decades. If she lives to be as old as the man who she's succeeding, Justice Breyer, for whom she clerked, who is 83, she'd be on for more than 3 decades. So I think we have to take the long view as well as to look at how she could have an impact right now.
All right, we are just a few seconds out. Here we see President Biden coming in.